Hey, what's up, TruExperience Nation? Richie here to help you learn how to experience the absolute most out of life through personal growth. Hey, simply by sharing what I'm doing, what I've done in the past, from books, podcasts, seminars, mentors, all the stuff I learned, of course, personal experiences. If you're new around here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been here before, welcome back. Yo, we on this journey together. Today we are continuing on in the book, 30 Days to a Better You, and we almost done. This is 25, less than 25, and it's all about know your worth. I don't know where to go with this chapter. I wanted to go so many different directions because just that concept alone, there's a lot of places and things I could go. And then based off the quote, I was loving it. Check it out. Who you are is more important than what you have. So what you become is more significant than what you acquire. I love that quote. I read it and I was like, yes, this is going to be my favorite chapter in this book. Let's go. And she started off with a quote from a book that was written by Robert Kiyosaki. I think that's how he says it, something like that. And Donald Trump, that was like, Americans always know the price of something, but they rarely know the value. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm down with this philosophy way of thinking. And then this chapter went a different direction. Like it just went somewhere where it didn't vibe right with me. But I'll give you a synopsis to stay consistent. I'm just going to swap out her story with my story because the concepts are exactly the same. And goes on to talk about the difference between cost, price, and value, and cost is what it takes from a business standpoint perspective. Cost is what it takes to manufacture, make, and produce your product. Price is the reward that you get, right, for the cost. And then, of course, the value is what the customer believes that the product or service is worth. And then she kind of goes on and takes herself for an example and shares her story. And I guess I'll give you a similar example. The cost of something or the price of something for me to be where I'm at right now was initially like $29. So my wife and I did a $29 investment for a product that was health related, okay? They were health supplements. My wife ultimately ended up losing 100 pounds. I lost about 50. In return, we were able to, sell these products to other people who also wanted the same benefits. It allowed me to walk away from a job after, 12 years of being at that job. And then my wife away from her job. We're both at home, time with the family. We've met some amazing people. We've traveled, out of the country several times, all over the United States, experienced a lot of awesome things, and just, have a really, ended up having a really awesome life. From that $29, like the trajectory of our life completely shifted from that. And so the cost or the price was $29. The value to us was much greater. Better health, better sleep, yada, yada, all that great stuff. And so that's kind of where she went in this. That didn't vibe with the quote and didn't go where I wanted it to go. And so I will say this, there is something true about us understanding the price versus the value. And y'all know that MasterCard commercial, this costs this much, but spending time with the family, priceless. For everything else, there's MasterCard or whatever that slogan is. And there's some truth to that. Going to Disney got a price to it. The value you get out of that is why you're spending that money, not just for the tickets and all that kind of stuff, but what you're getting for that is the experience. You're getting that magical feeling that the kids have, or if you're hiking, or for us, it's going to the movies. And that price point is different for different people on if the value for them is there, the rewards you get. And to translate that into like personal growth, a lot of times people might look at going to a seminar or going to a convention or something like that. Oh, $150, gas money, time, hotel stay, ain't worth it to hear somebody talk. But the value you get from being there, the energy, the good vibes, the relationships that you could, the people that you meet are invaluable in return because of what it can do for you, what it can do for your growth and all that kind of stuff, okay? So there's that. Now I want to go back to this quote because I think there's a more powerful lesson here than just understanding the value versus the cost of something. I want to go back and read the quote again in the first part. Who you are is more important than what you have. So many times we tie up who we are and our value and our worth in the stuff that we have. Bro, we just do it. We think we're better. You see these people all the time, man. They think they're better than other people because they have more stuff. Man, you garbage. Those people just as garbage as other folks who don't have stuff. Nobody cares about what you have or don't have. I do care about who you are as a person. And so if you're going to invest time and money and energy into something, instead of acquiring stuff, because the second part of this quote, who you are becoming is more important than what you are acquiring, right? So try to focus on who you're becoming and make sure you don't lose yourself on the way to acquiring more stuff, more riches, more wealth. And there's a danger there, right? Like, if you're so tied into the stuff you have, what does that mean about when you lose that stuff? Does that mean your value diminishes? It's just gone? You're tied into your possessions and all of a sudden you lose them and you don't have them anymore. Look, who you are today is the same person if you have a lot of money. Like, money doesn't change the person. Money just gives them more of an opportunity to be more of who they already are. Ray Hignalata says that money is a magnifier, and I just like that. Basically, if you're a mean, bitter, hateful, deceitful, untrustworthy person, poor and broke with not much stuff, if the next day you get $150 million, you're not going to just be a different person. You're just going to be the same bitter, hateful, trustworthy person with a lot of money and a lot more resources to do more damage. That's the only difference. What we need to be careful of is in our pursuit of getting other things or stuff, we need to be hyper focused on who we're becoming, who we're around, the habits that we're implementing, our mindset, like all those things. We need to make sure we're not changing to pursue these other things that could lead to unhappiness. That's why you have so many people with money and stuff that's still not happy. That's why. Like, they changed and altered and sacrificed stuff that ultimately would meant happiness just to have stuff because they tied up their value in the stuff that they have. And when they get there, they realize ain't nothing. Okay? And so there is a lesson to be learned here. That's why I'm so big on personal growth and personal development and all those kind of things, because I think everybody needs to have and understand and know what their core beliefs are as a person. And it kind of like draws a line in the sand between these are my core beliefs. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. And I'm going to go as far as I can with these beliefs. And anything that goes against those core beliefs, I'm not willing to cross that line because I don't want to start changing who I am as a person if what I believe to be true is true. And so, I don't know. It felt like I was all over the place with this one. There was like a lot of good potential. I just wasn't vibing with where the chapter went in this book. And so that's my personal take on it. I spend a lot of time. If you're parents out there, I do want to give y'all a message. If you're not a parent, hey, look, before I segue into this, we got a weight loss group, bro. You can go over there if you want to get off of this video. If you want to be added to that group with weight loss tips and mindset around weight loss and live workouts and all that jazz, hit me up. I'll get you added over there. But I do want to talk to the parents real quick. Dude, if you're a parent, this is very important for the development of your child. It's not about what the child has or doesn't have. It's about how you're building them up as a person and who they're becoming as a person. I take that with great pride. I'm always constantly dropping nuggets of information and looking for opportunities to have conversations about character and developing character and planting seeds of core beliefs so I can give my kids a compass, because I'm not always going to be around. I'm not going to be with them in every situation and in every environment, around every circumstances. Like, they're going to have to make decisions and become their own person. If I can instill in them some core beliefs that are rock solid, that don't change, and they make decisions based off of that, it will help them grow confident in who they are as a person. That way they're just not being swayed by any old thing that they hear. Somebody else says this and somebody else says that. You'll know instinctively something don't vibe right with that information or that deal or whatever, because it doesn't feel right with me, because it goes against what I believe to be true at a fundamental level. You know, stuff like kindness, peacefulness, tenderheartedness, like those kind of things. Like, be kind, be peaceful, be joyous, be happy, and lock those type of characteristics in, and anything that starts to contradict that should not feel right. And spend more time working on developing those type of traits as opposed to making your kid feel happy because they have stuff. I see so many kids who have so much stuff, but it's the relationship they have with that stuff, right? They get these things and they're so tied to them, and they think it has to do with their character. Like, hey, I've got this stuff and I feel better than you because I have this stuff. And when that stuff is gone, now they're depressed or they don't get it. It hurts their self-confidence. I'm very happy to know that right now my kids are very confident at this particular moment in life with who they are as a person, where they don't feel the need to pander to other people, whether they got stuff or not, and to try to be compassionate human beings. And I feel like I went on a little tangent right there, but it fit with what we had, and so I went with it. You give me some feedback on this. This is something I believe pretty strongly in, even though this chapter didn't go where I wanted it. I do believe big time on who you are as a person and developing, your inner self and giving that gift to somebody else. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We're going to lock it down and wrap it up, and I'll be back tomorrow. We got 5 days left on this, and then we get to jump into some other stuff that I'm excited about. So until next time, I'm out.